Welcome back to Figure Depot. Today we're taking a look at the Series 1 Diamond Select Toys Cobra Kai Johnny Lawrence action figure from the popular TV series, or I should say streaming series on Netflix. And got a lot of cool stuff here. Window box style package, lets the light in really nice if you're an in-box collector. Thank you so much Diamond Select Toys for sending this over to me so that I can review it. We get several accessories, alternate hands, and display base and all kind of good stuff. So we'll take a closer look at all this and see what's inside. Send it to the internet! Alright, in terms of accessories, we get this awesome display base with the Cobra Kai logo. You, of course, get the foot peg and then the little port over here to mount the mast into. So you just peg that in there, and then you can manipulate the different points on the stand to pose the figure any way that you desire. If they're too loose or tight, it does have a Phillips head little adjustment on there that you can make them tighter or looser as you need to. We also get this little cell phone accessory, which is great. It's a flip phone, and of course, one of the running jokes in the show is how out of touch and behind the times he is, so that's fun. We get fist punching hands. So the paintwork on those, let me get a little closer here. Paintwork on those is nice, and sculpt work is nice. You get it left and right. Then we get a striking hand, and it's really nice as well. We also, on the figure, get pointing finger. Be quiet! If you remember the show, he's always yelling at them to be quiet. And then, of course, we get like an open hand for holding weapons and whatnot. So while we're over here, I guess we'll just get a closer look at the figure himself. The sculpt work is really, really nice. I mean, that is definitely the actor's face. It's Johnny Lawrence all day long. The gi has a nice little wash over it in a slightly darker color than the black plastic. And it looks really good. Lots of nice detail and sculpt work. Really well done figure. There's not a lot you can do with a solid black costume, so I think they've done really well. You get the headband, and the little tails of it are nice and pliable. I always heat my figures up before I pose them around with a hairdryer, and typically on these Diamond Select toys, you're going to have really tight shoulders, especially this Karate Kid line. And these are no exception. They are very, very, very tight. So you'll want to put a hairdryer on those before you try to bend them, or you'll probably snap the peg where it pegs into the biceps here. So there's something to be aware of. In terms of articulation, head is on a ball peg, and you can look up decently and down, and then rotate 360, of course. We do get a nice ball hinge. Lots of good range there. We get a waist swivel right there above the belt, which is really great. You can get a nice T-pose, as you saw in the intro. We get a bicep swivel. We get double jointed elbows. And then, of course, he can pick the wax out of his ear, whatever he needs to do. But yeah, you got swivels and hinges at the wrists there. So classic action figure, tight shoulders, articulation there. The kick is impeded a bit by the gi, so it will kick up, but you gotta heat this to really get the full range out of it. And then he will split fine. We do get a thigh cut. We get some double jointed knees, but the range isn't stellar because the cuts on the back are not high enough. You need another about a 1/4 inch up and down on the lower and upper leg to get that heel to butt. Then we do have a nice little ankle pivot there, which is great, and then it can point down and point up. So good articulation range out of the figure. Really nice setup there. For some quick size comparisons, we do have Walter Donovan from the Indiana Jones Adventure series line by Hasbro. And then, of course, we've got Indiana Jones himself. He is, of course, much taller because he's a 7-inch scale figure and they are 6-inch figures. And the same, of course, will be true with your animated and live-action Spider-Man figures. Now, for some other Diamond Select comparisons, you can see they really go all out on paintwork and sculpting on this Lord of the Rings line. They look fantastic. We have Aragorn, all the weathering and all his leather bits, and then the mud splatter on his cape, the paintwork and detail on his sword and scabbard and the face and everything. The head sculpt on this has equally great attention to detail. The only thing that's not present is on the gi itself. We just, you do have a slight wash, which is great, which is picked up in the light. But I mean, like I said before, there's not a whole lot you can do. And he doesn't have the Cobra Kai logo on the back, which is strange. I would have expected that to be there. Maybe it's on the Season 2 figures and not, or the Series 2 figures and not the Series 1 figures. But these two are roughly the same height. Aragorn's just a bit taller, and then, of course, Gimli, being short in stature, is definitely shorter. For a quick McFarlane comparison, here he is with the Action Comics 1000 Superman and, of course, Batgirl from the Three Jokers. And he's right in scale with each of those. That is a NECA Christopher Reeve head, of course, on there. Final thoughts. This is an awesome figure, a lot of fun, a great character, and if you're a Karate Kid fan or a Cobra Kai fan, this is definitely a figure that you're going to want in your collection. Do check out www.diamondselecttoys.com and also check out their Instagram. Collect DST is their handle, and they got a lot of great stuff over there. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks again for sending this review sample over to me, Diamond Select. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time.